Hello, everyone, and thank you for attending the Pepsi Mid-America Virtual Job Fair event. I would like to introduce you to Aaliyah. Aaliyah will tell you about her company, job openings, and how to apply for those openings. Aaliyah?
Hi, everyone. I'm glad you could be here with me today. Before we take some questions, I'd like to go in briefly and tell you a little bit about Pepsi Mid-America. There was a little bit of confusion. Our corporate company had put up PepsiCo. And so just to clarify, we are Pepsi Mid-America. We serve the heartland. We have locations in 5 different states. So we serve primarily Illinois, Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas, and the Tennessee area. So the PepsiCo, they are more of our international brand, and they sell everywhere, which we do have franchise rights to distribute their product, or our product rather, but just to make that clarification. So we are Pepsi Mid-America. I'm very glad that you guys could be here with us today. We have actually been in business since 1936, so a very, very long time. We are family owned and operated. We actually started as a chicken farm business way back in the day, if you could believe it. But we are actually today, we are one of the largest family owned bottling company businesses in the United States. So we are very, very proud of that. I think today we have almost 1,200 employees, so quite a lot. And they are spread out through all of our branches. We call those depots. There are 11 depots within all of those locations that I had told you about spread out. And we have just a number of different positions that I'll get into a little bit more. But just so that you guys kind of know about all of our products, which I'm sure they're probably a lot of y'all's favorites, we have a lot of them. A lot of people don't know this, but we are obviously more than Pepsi. We do Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, which I know this is a lot of everyone's favorite, Gatorade, which I know a lot of people are surprised to learn that, but yeah, Gatorade is ours. Rockstar drinks, the Mountain Dew Kickstart, so we have our hand in the energy drink business as well. The Starbucks Frappuccinos, let's see, 7-Up, Aquafina, the Crisp and Clear Lipton tea. Did y'all know that? That's crazy. I didn't know that before I had started here. So we have a very wide variety of products. We also do our healthy beverages, Tropicana, which that was a surprise to me as well, and several others. So we are a lot more than just our Pepsi beverage. We also do a lot of our services, which is our full line vending. A lot of the times you guys will go and get your snacks, at your regular locations on your breaks or whatnot. A lot of those vending machines are actually Pepsi's. And we also do what's called micro markets. These are like I don't know if you guys have ever seen these before, but a lot of our bigger businesses are starting to pick these up. These are kind of replacing, they're pretty much giving employees a chance to have lunch at their own facilities instead of them having to leave to go and take lunch. But they're called micro markets, and they give tons of different options for the employees to have. There's sandwiches and just a variety of things. If you guys have ever seen those, they're actually pretty cool. So anyways, Pepsi is Pepsi Mid-America. We're pretty big, and we have like I said, we're branched out. We also do our fountain sales, which I'm sure if you guys have ever been into any gas station, you've seen our fountain drinks. And obviously our competitor is Coke. If you guys have ever seen those commercials, I absolutely love those commercials. I've seen those since I was a kid. But we have a variety of different positions. I'm not sure how specific I'm supposed to get into with those. But we do have positions all the way from, I've got positions from director, management, maintenance. I've also got office administration positions, clerical positions, in shipping, positions in production, CDL positions. With a company this big, with almost, it's 1,200 employees, don't quote me on that one. But we just have a wide variety of positions. We also do a lot of our vending. So we have vending technicians. We also have dispatch and dispatch analysts, accounting, everything that is required to make a company run. We have positions in. So we are pretty big. And so the positions are very diverse, even if you have more of a IS/IT background, we have positions for those as well. All of our positions, well, the majority of them, we are having our website revamped right now, but the majority of them can be found at PepsiMid-America.com. And just so that everyone knows, we don't even look at or consider minimum wage. We think the lowest that we start anyone at with no experience is always $13 an hour. That's always a big question. So I don't even know what the minimum wage in Illinois is, but the lowest any person that will ever start off at our company is $13 an hour. We do give the opportunity to do overtime if you work in their warehouse. There's also, if you prefer more of the office type of positions, you can also stick with your Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. We have those for more of, your office administrations and your clerical. As far as the other type of shift work, there's all kinds of different shifts. There's your day shifts and your night shifts. Our day shifts in the warehouse, those typically run from anywhere from 8 in the morning until about 5 in the afternoon. And our night shifts, they usually run from 5 p.m. until 1 a.m., which the guys out there and the gals out there, they really like that because it doesn't throw their schedules off too much. Let's see, we look for, one of our biggest positions right now that I'm trying to recruit for is people with forklift experience. So if you have any of that, definitely want to talk with you. And there's a number of other positions that I could list off here, but like I said, I wasn't real sure how much in detail I was supposed to go into all of these, but I did want to give a general overview of just who we are, and to really hone in that we are family owned and operated. We've been in business for a long time, and I'm glad y'all could be here with us today. If you have any questions or if you are interested in applying to our positions, you can do that on our website, and I'll also provide you my contact information here shortly.
Fantastic. Thank you for that presentation, Aaliyah. And Aaliyah, if you could, as you stated, enter into the chat where folks could apply to the positions that you covered here today. And then again, also your contact information in the chat there. If folks want to follow up with you, that would be fantastic. In the meantime, Aaliyah, while you're doing that, I do have some questions for you on my end. Before I delve into those, I just do want to remind all the folks on the call, if you do have any questions for Aaliyah regarding anything that she covered here today, or perhaps a question regarding something that she did not cover, please feel free to enter those into the chat and we'll be sure to get those answered for you. In the meantime, Aaliyah, just some basic questions, as I stated before, that I'd like to ask you. I'm assuming this is going to be probably based on the types of positions that you have, but are there any sort of minimum educational requirements that folks need to be aware of when they're applying to any of the positions that you referenced here today?
For our warehouse positions, for those typically all that you need is a GED or a high school diploma. Now, if you're interested in some of our higher level positions for management or management and training, a lot of those will require associates or a bachelor's degree, but it just depends on which level. Some of our director levels, I think, may require a master's degree or a higher level bachelor's degree and specify in a certain area. But the majority of them, just to apply, is just a GED or a high school diploma. I'd say about 80 to 85% of our positions. That's just the general requirement.
Understood. Thank you for that, Aaliyah. And Aaliyah, another question, as you can imagine, that's kind of a hot topic right now. Since you are offering positions that don't just deal solely with the warehouse, are there any virtual working opportunities available that you're aware of?
Not at this time. We're very happy that things are, at least in our area, things are kind of getting back to normal. And we prefer to do things face to face. A lot of what we do here is manufacturing. And our office administration and our human resources, a lot of that almost has to be done face to face. I mean, obviously it doesn't have to, but there for a long time, we were doing some virtual, with COVID. But as of right now, as far as I know, I don't think there is any virtual positions, but there for a while after COVID there was. But we're happy to say that we are finally getting back to normal here.
Understood. Thank you so much for that, Aaliyah. We did get a couple questions in the chat from job seekers. The first one I see, I don't know if the individual could kind of elaborate on that. They ask, are there any bilingual requirements? I think maybe we'll rephrase that question, Aaliyah. Are there any bilingual opportunities available, or do you offer any sort of like increase in pay if folks are bilingual or bring those skills to the table?
I wouldn't say that there hasn't ever been. To my knowledge, there's not any on my list right now. But I wouldn't cross off the list the chance for there to ever be, because I know that we do sales in a lot of area. I'm sure that Spanish-speaking individuals would be a great asset to us. So just because it's not on the list right now doesn't mean that it's not something that we have recruited for before or will recruit for in the future.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Aaliyah. And Aaliyah did receive another question in the chat. This individual asks, what is the best way to apply? What would you suggest?
I would say either way. We filter all of our applications through our applicant tracking system. It's called Smart Recruiters. So whether you apply to Indeed or whether you apply directly from our website, all of that is filtered through our applicant tracking system, and we get it through the Smart Recruiters application. So either way, whatever is most convenient for you guys, for the job seeker, there's no preference. It's really up to the job seeker and whatever is most convenient to you. I'd say that the majority of applications that we do receive is probably from Indeed. I think Indeed's just probably the quickest and easiest way to navigate. I think we're at the top. I think our positions are found, just from Googling. But it just seems that the majority of sources, when I ask what's the source, the feedback that I get is usually from Indeed. But it does not matter, whichever is easiest for the job seeker.
Okay, thank you for that information, Aaliyah. And Aaliyah, we did receive another question in the chat as well. This individual asks, are there any data analyst positions available? If so, might you be able to share some of those requirements?
Well, I do believe that we had a data analyst position. And I'm wanting to say, don't quote me on this, I'm wanting to say it was an associate's degree with a background. I don't have that in front of me, but I almost know that we did or do have that. So I would just encourage you to go to our website and check that out, or to email me right after this is over. And that goes for anyone too, for any questions that we don't have time to cover, or something that you think of later on that you forgot to ask. You can email me directly or call me after the session. I'd like to speak with any of you, so to where we can cover any of the things that I wasn't able to readily get you the information to right now.
Fantastic. Thank you for that, Aaliyah. And I think that answers the next question that I did receive too. This individual asks, is it possible to contact you or follow up with you after we submit the application online? At least from what you're saying, that sounds like that would absolutely be possible and absolutely would be welcomed. Aaliyah, if you could please share that contact information in the chat for the folks who are on the call, that would be fantastic.
So here is this is my direct extension. Okay, this will bring right to my office. And this is my email address. athomas@PepsiMid-America.com. And you can call me directly. This won't ring to the front office. This will go directly to my line to my office. Or you can email me. A lot of times, just so that you know, I'm in the field recruiting. So a lot of times email is the best way to get in contact with me, just because I'm out of the office so much. But if you do call, I will get back with you as soon as I get back to the office. So.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that information, Aaliyah. And for folks who are on the call, please be sure to, again, check the chat so you can get that information and follow back up if need be. We'll take a brief pause here, and I just want to reiterate, if folks do have any questions for Aaliyah regarding anything that was covered here today, please feel free to enter it into the chat. And of course, we will get your questions answered for you as soon as possible. Received another question here in the chat. I don't know if perhaps you might have joined the session late, but Aaliyah did cover some of those positions that were available. It was, again, not an exhaustive list, but it sounds like they have quite a bit of positions open and available. Aaliyah, I don't know if you want to do a brief rundown of those again or not, or if you would suggest maybe that individual follow up with you if they have a specific job or position that they have in mind that would be a good fit for them. Whatever you feel comfortable doing, Aaliyah.
Sure. Again, our website is PepsiMidAmerica.com. That will give you a more inclusive list of all of the positions available. But the ones that I have that's open just right here, we're looking for director of facilities. We have a couple of positions, manager positions open in human resources. I am trying to actively recruit for another couple of HR managers. I have some admin positions over in my administrative building. We call those recon. So if you see any positions for recon, those are administration. We also have over in our fleet department, we have mechanic positions, mechanic and diesel mechanic. So whether you have just any type of mechanical background, it doesn't necessarily have to be for diesel. But if you've got if you're good with working with your hands and have any type of, mechanical knowledge, usually those are the type of people that fit well with those positions. We have groundsman positions. Here at Pepsi Mid-America, we've got it's a massive amount of land, and we hire a lot of different people that are really skilled with, lawn and caring for everything. There's flowers, and it's just really, really beautiful here. It kind of looks like a campus is what I thought when I very first came here. We've got a huge warehouse, which is where we do all of our manufacturing with tons of positions from our production line. We also have a shipping department where we need forklift operators and everything in between. We call them checkers, assemblers. There's multiple positions within the shipping and in the production. We also have vending technicians, the people that will go out and that will actually work on the vending machines. We need accountants, dispatch, logistics, janitors, network analysts, IT, merchandisers, drivers that go and actually take the products to and from, back and forth. IT, IS, you name it. It's very wide variety of positions. So just about anything that you've got experience in, we are probably hiring for it. So that's the good thing about Pepsi and us being as large as we are, is more than likely there's going to be a position that's available for you.
Awesome information. Thank you for that, Aaliyah. We did receive another question in the chat. This individual says on the homepage, it indicates you should call 618-998-0400 for route and freight drivers. Is that the best route or way to apply for a driver position?
You can call that number. You can also call our base here. So that number there, that rings to Crisp Containers, which is also a subsidiary of ours. It is under Pepsi Mid-America, but they do most of our driving. So our warehouse facility is here, and then the Crisp Container is just down the street from us. So that's all that number is. It's just at a different location, and that's where they handle most of the drivers. But whether you call that number here or our main HR office, which is the 997-1377, either way, someone will be able to help you and steer you in the right direction.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Aaliyah. And we just do want to reiterate, folks, if you do have any questions, please feel free to enter those into the chat and we will get those answered for you. I did see another question here. I believe I can answer this question. This individual says, and your main office / HQ is in Marion. Yes, for Pepsi Mid-America in particular, I do believe that's the case. Correct, Aaliyah?
Yes, our corporate office is in Marion. And so our corporate office, our main facility is here. That's where we do all of our manufacturing. And then we have our smaller depots, which is our other branches where we sell and do our sales routes to throughout the other 4 states that I mentioned, 5 states total, including Illinois. But yes, Marion is our corporate headquarters.
Understood. Thank you so much for that, Aaliyah. And again, we'll kind of do a last call here. If you do have any final questions that you'd like to ask Aaliyah before we wrap our session up today, please feel free to go ahead and do so now. In the meantime, Aaliyah, I do want to give you an opportunity to make any sort of concluding statements or summary remarks that you'd like to make regarding today's session. Is there something that you would like to highlight for folks that are on the call? Is there something maybe that you might have overlooked and didn't include in your initial presentation? You can go ahead and do so now.
Not that I'm aware of. I just wanted to take the time to thank you guys for joining us today, and just to make sure that you know my name. My name is Aaliyah. My last name is Thomas, and I am HR recruitment manager for Pepsi. And please feel free to give me a call. Again, it's 618-998 3218. And my email address is on there. It's A Thomas Aaliyah, like as an apple, Thomas at PepsiMid-America.com. Please feel free to call or email me at any time with any questions about any of our positions. And I very much look forward to speaking with y'all.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Aaliyah. And Aaliyah, it did look like we received a final question in the chat. I think we'll combine those questions into one. What are your policies on relocation? Would that be something that you all would offer for folks that might, start out in Marion and decide they want to work in, let's see, maybe one of the other states that you had mentioned, that you service?
So if you are hired here and you decide that you would like to transfer to another depot, we definitely will help you with relocation. Or if it is a higher tiered job, like for directors or something like that. Now for our warehouse and positions of that nature, we don't work with relocation packages and things of that nature. I think that's what you're asking. So there won't be any relocation incentives for anything less than, I think it's your management or director level positions. But for the ones that require a bachelor's and up, I think there will be consideration in certain cases for those.
Understood. Thank you so much for that information, Aaliyah. And again, I just want to reiterate, this session has been recorded and it will be uploaded to the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel later this afternoon. So if there's anything that you need to go back and kind of refresh on that was covered during the presentation or during the Q&A, please feel free to check out the video later today. And of course, you'll be able to review that information there. Again, I just want to thank Aaliyah for joining us today, carving out time out of her, I'm sure, busy schedule to meet with us, to present all of the wonderful opportunities that Pepsi Mid-America has available, and obviously sharing her contact info even as well if you do have any questions that you want to follow up with her directly on. We also do want to thank, of course, the job seekers who joined us today for coming and joining us, asking a lot of great questions. Thank you all as well. We hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you all so much.